At 9:39 right now, we want to switch gears and talk about heart disease as well as strokes driven by multiple factors and often linked to diet and exercise. But there's also a hidden threat, a hidden genetic risk that a lot of folks don't know about. So joining us this morning, our cardiologist, Dr. Ijeoma Isidiinso, she's the medical director of the Emory Preventive Cardiology Program and Family Heart Foundation ambassador and heart attack survivor, Chuck Lane. Good morning, you two. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Doctor, let me start with you. What is this hidden risk that a lot of folks don't know about?
Well, lipoprotein A is an LDL-like particle that is associated with genetic inheritance, and so it's passed down in families. We know that high lipoprotein A is associated with increased risk for heart attacks, strokes, and certain types of valvular heart disease. It's hidden because people simply don't know about it. It does require cholesterol testing. It is not part of a regular cholesterol panel, and so you have to actually specifically test for lipoprotein A in order to find out if you've inherited this specific risk factor.
Okay, and then Chuck, if you were, in 2024 when you had your heart attack, if you were exercising and eating well 5 days a week, take us back to that moment. How surprised were you?
Oh, it was shocking. I basically left the gym and about a half hour later started having some symptoms. So I suffered a major heart attack. It was 100% blockage in one of the arteries in the heart. It's commonly called the widowmaker. And it was very much a surprise to me because I had no prior symptoms. I'd always worked out my entire life. I ate healthy. I didn't smoke. My job was active. So it was one of those things where I had a lot of questions about why did this happen to me. And luckily, a couple months after my heart attack, my primary care physician sent me out for the lipoprotein A test in addition to my normal blood work. And my numbers came back high. And so at that point, I needed to search for answers.
Okay. And doctor, why can't exercise and good nutrition alone help this?
Because it's a genetic risk factor. It is inherited. You're born with certain levels and they increase until you reach adulthood. But diet and lifestyle are important for overall cardiovascular wellness and to help lower the LDL cholesterol, which is a known risk factor as well for heart disease, in addition to medications that may be necessary.
So who should get tested if this is not part of the regular cholesterol panel?
Every adult should get tested at least once in their lifetime because it's very common. 1 in 5 individuals, or 20% of the world's population, has high lipoprotein A. And so it's important, as Chuck mentioned, that we're discussing with our clinicians so that they can order the test. And if you don't have a clinician or if you're unable to get it tested with your doctor, you can actually go to the Family Heart Foundation's website and they can mail you a free testing kit to your home and you can do the testing at that time.
Okay, very good. And then if you do find that you've tested positive, what are your options? What do you do first?
Well, first thing is to meet with your clinician to understand what the results mean. It is also important that you try to treat some of the known risk factors for heart disease. So if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, again, getting the LDL cholesterol as low as possible, exercising and eating healthy, all of those will help overall. But it's also important to get the family members tested. So all first-degree relatives should be tested if you find out that you have high lipoprotein A. So they can be aware if they've inherited this risk as well.
All right. And Chuck, once you found out you've become an ambassador of the Family Heart Association, how has that work been like for you?
Oh, it's been exceptional. Whenever I found out about my condition, really there's not much information out there, and what there is available is pretty negative and doom and gloom. And I found the Family Heart Foundation. I contacted their care navigator, which is listed on their website, and they gave me just invaluable guidance and information. And so I wanted to become part of this program. It's got a great community of people that know what you're facing going forward. So if we can get more people tested and they'll know their outcome, then hopefully we can prevent tragic events like my own and hopefully prevent death for some people.
And how are you doing today, Chuck? How are you doing these days?
I'm doing very well. I've really been on cholesterol-lowering medications, everything to get my LDL levels as low as possible. I've stayed with my good diet, but I've got my kids tested. My son has the elevated level, and he's 19, so we at least know about that. So it's very important for family members to get tested as well, and those around you that might be positive.
And doctor, I should have asked this earlier. It's a triple threat. Why is that? I just saw it on the graphic there off the website.
Yeah, because in addition to causing plaque formation or atherosclerosis, it actually also increases the risk of clotting in the blood vessels, and it also causes inflammation, which is part of the process for plaque formation as well. So that's where the triple threat comes in.
Gotcha. All right. So anything else we need to take away from our conversation?
I think the important thing is make sure that you get tested, talk to your clinicians, and if you need a way to get a testing kit, maybe because you don't have a clinician, you can go to the Family Heart Foundation's website, lpaaware.org. That's lpaaware.org, and they will mail you a free testing kit.
All right. Just coincidentally, I am getting my my yearly Wednesday, so I'm going to ask for my LP(a) test on my blood work. So thank you for that. Appreciate that new information.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Dr. Igiamo Isidinso, I know I'm totally butchering your name. Apologies, Isiadinso, in Chuck Lane. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.